sounds fucked.
Not as fucked as you motherfuckers.
It's true. It's true.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Lord of the Realms podcast. We got a little episode for today. Sorry we've been gone so long. We all get kind of busy with things. We're going to talk about, we get really salty in this episode. It's a lot of fun. Hope you all enjoy it. Like us on Facebook. If you haven't, look us up on Patreon. Help us out. We're giving away the Blades of Corn Battle Tome. Stay tuned for that.
Bam here from the Flying Monkeys Wargaming Podcast. I want you to head over to www.flyingmonkeycon.com. We are Kansas and Wichita's biggest wargaming event. We have Warhammer 40K, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Infinity, Star Wars X-Wing. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. We have even added a Warhammer 40K friendly this year for players that are inclined to go that way. We have a room block available. With your room block, you get free booze and free food. Can't beat that. Not a lot of cons offer such a thing. So get your tickets soon. Head on over to www.flyingmonkeycon.com. It happens June 21st to the 23rd, 2019, right here in Wichita, Kansas. Hopefully Dunkalicious, Matt, and myself will see you there. Tickets are selling fast, so if you want the higher tiered swag bags, get on it. And don't forget, we have a Horus Heresy narrative event. Great feedback from it last year. We're looking forward to having it this year. Dave runs a great event. See you guys soon. www.flyingmonkeycon.com.
So how you guys been doing? We're back. It's been like 3 weeks.
It's only been 3 weeks.
I think
Is that
so,
all?
around there. Yeah, behind the scenes, you know, we I think two of us are married. One of us has a ton of kids. I have one kid. Then what? Buck's always busy. Eric's always busy.
Always.
So it's hard for us to get together sometimes. But we're back. We're trying to do this, get together a lot more often. Hopefully things are calmed down.
Hopefully.
What's calming down?
Hopefully life. So, what you been up to, Buck?
Same old shit. Working on my army, trying to figure out a display board before Iron Realms, which I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna try to have something ready for it.
Cool.
But other than that, I took a brand new person to Warhammer and showed him how to play Age of Sigmar. When was that? Sunday? Up at Paper Games.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Brand new person.
Brand new person.
Like
Never
baby
played
or...
at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thought you meant like a brand new person.
No babies yet. No, it was crazy
Gotcha.
though, because there's so much stuff that I didn't realize I was taking for granted when I would play people, that they would just understand stuff, and then I'd say something and I'd just see this glassed over look. I was like, wait a minute. I need to slow down a bit. So it was fun though. It you know, he had a pretty good time, but it's just crazy how much stuff there is that you don't realize there is. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Roll a D3. Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, it said that.
Yeah, I encountered that when I was teaching Matt's mom how to play. Hi, Patty.
Oh, Patty. The best.
The best.
Yeah. Other than that, it was pretty good. I did it was a 1,000-point battle. I did Sylvaneth against what I have left of my Zinch, and I forgot how hard Zangors can hit.
Oh,
Yeah, they're real awesome.
Jeez. I think I killed one of his units, and he wiped me out the board. Granted, we weren't doing everything 100% correct, and we weren't using all the rules because it's just way too much for a brand new person, but I was like, oh, this unit of 20 Dryads should easily take out 10 Zangors.
Nope.
Incorrect.
Turns out, no.
The first time I played against Zinch was an army full of Zangors, and I ran a unit of Bloodletters up there, and they died.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
rough.
about right. So Ben, or what's been going on with you, man?
Oh man, I've just been busy. I was, gone for a month, so now I'm playing catch up, and finally the weather's cooperating with me, so I can actually go outside and do all the stuff that I need to get done, work-wise. But shit, I haven't done shit. I guess I played a game against old Kenny Trosper,
Nice.
a little practice game for that tournament you guys had in Wichita, and yeah, I tabled him and first it was like he was done at the end of turn one, but his list was not ready for eels. He's like, I wanted to see how this would go against this eel list because it's kind of what Dylan runs, and yeah, so it wasn't much of a game. We played for like 30 minutes. I was like, oh, I wanted more of a game.
What was
play
he
a
playing?
game here.
Nope. They lost him again.
Damn it.
Well,
He
hopefully
just doesn't
he.
want to hang out. That's what it is.
We really need to get him a computer.
He needs it something. Much as like phone died.
Probably.
Well, Eric, let's go ahead and go to you. Wait for Ben to get back. Oh no, here he is.
Yeah, there I am.
Ta-da.
Sorry, I turned off my Wi-Fi because I guess my Wi-Fi's being spotty. What was the question?
What list was he running?
It was 1,000 points, so he had a Gaunt Summoner and the dude on disc, the Zangor on disc. Is it a Shaman?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he had 2 units of 3 Skyfires and then 3 units of Acolytes. So it just didn't have any like meat to it,
Right.
There's nothing holding me up. I mean, I took 12 eels.
Oh Jesus.
So I had 2 units of punchy ones, 2 units of defensive ones, and a Voltranus and with shackles, and it was just, that's at 1,000 points. Eels are fucking disgusting. They're gross anyway.
They're
But
hard to deal with.
yeah, so I was just like, okay, you're all dead. Next. They're so point and click. I was like, man, which we'll get into this later, but I'm looking at the corn book and it's not point and click as much. I'm like, man, I don't know. My thoughts on Ideneth right now is like my Ideneth army feels like 80% of the people aren't going to have fun playing me. So do I keep playing the Ideneth list? I mean,
Yeah.
I guess not in tournaments. I mean,
No
outside of tournaments.
mercy.
Yeah, I mean, in tournaments, I don't give a shit. Like, you came to get your fucking shit kicked in or to kick people's shit in. That's fine. But I mean, taking it to the store, I just am like, I don't know if this is a fun game, especially for newer guys. We know where Eric stands, but
Right.
anyway. So yeah, that's I haven't fucking hobbied shit since I got back. I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to get my bearings on being home.
Gotcha. Well, Eric, what's been going on with you, man?
Well, I have made no progress on my Skaven. I'm painting some other stuff very slowly for other people. Story of my life. And for games, I've really I started playing in that like 1-day GT we were doing. I don't know if you want me to go over that now or later, but
Yeah, go ahead, man. You're
yeah,
the only
so
one there here.
yeah, we started off. Yeah, because y'all were a bunch of bitches. We started off. My first game was. God, who was that against? So, okay, here's the thing. I got sick. Like, after the second game, I was kind of just like, I'm not feeling well at all. There was a drop, and it would have made the numberings uneven, so I'm like, perfect opportunity. I drop. But my second game was against Dylan and his 14 eels and a king and something else. And that was a ridiculously close game. I ended up winning because it turns out if you roll shitty on your, like, whatever that charge thing is the eels get
Yeah.
and survive it, and then you just roll sixes for, like, saves and death saves and stuff on Archon, you can just win.
Turns out
No,
rolling
but
sixes
he
is good.
He got Archon down to, like, 1 wound, and he was able to survive, and I basically killed off all his eels. It was on duality of death, so, and I had shot forward and grabbed both objectives at the very start, so he was only able to get me off of 1, so I ended up a point ahead, and he actually double turned me, and I still survived.
Damn, that's shitty rolling.
Yep.
Not on your part.
Yeah, no, it was great for me. And I was using Bam's cursed ass dice too, because like I said, I was sick. I forgot, like, literally all my like dice and measuring equipment, like literally everything. Bad.
It's crazy.
But then I beat Dylan, and then took a knee and changed the score, so he won. I gave it to
Gotcha.
him.
Did you watch any of the rest of that tournament?
No, I ate pizza, took a nap, and got drunk.
Sounds like a fun time.
Solid plan.
Yep.
Yeah, I talked to a couple of the sparklers.
Oh, and then Dylan won second place, and then he bought me some packs of Magic.
Oh, that's sweet of him.
What a guy.
Yeah, no, Dylan's a good guy.
Those Sparkle Motion guys are feeling like there's something special. They keep, placing pretty decent in tournaments.
It's because we haven't been showing up.
I know. We're fucking, I'm like...
And then the next tournament we're hosting, so we're going to be
I
playing
know,
that
right?
there.
Maybe I'll fucking play in it.
There you go.
Nah, dude, that's going to be a good one. There's a lot of good people coming, so...
Yeah, for sure.
I hope to have my Rats 3-color by then, but we'll see.
Fucking get to it, dude. You only got like a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. You have your list
Dude,
submitted by the end of this week.
Ugh, man. Yeah, I gotta get... Yeah, I might just have to play Death.
Oh, have to. Oh, gosh.
Oh, darn.
I'm kind of tired of moving around 60 zombies and like 40 skeletons. So
It's funny. Yeah, I think like Spark Motion are killing it right now in the our Masters League. Like, I think we got 3 Sparkle Motion players that were at the top of the last tournament, got like 180 points, like 160 and 140.
that's
like
what
3
happens
scores.
when Flying Monkeys don't play.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, we'll be playing catch up for sure after Iron Realms.
That's all right. We've got a couple. I think you and I were going to, well, obviously Fly Monkey Con and then War Games Con, right? Are those going to count?
I might make it count and get more people to go because I definitely want to get a big group going down there.
Yeah, Flying Monkey will count for sure, though.
One thing, I mean, those dudes are like, super pumped about tournaments right now. So it's like they are willing to travel. Jeff, I've been talking to him a little bit since that tournament too. But in general, we chat a little bit, and he's just like so stoked. Since Iron Realms in Bartlesville last year, he was just like, man, I'm so hooked to playing tournaments. He's like, I don't really care that I do great at them. He's like, just going and playing people and hanging out. It's so fun.
Yeah, man. They're fun. I enjoy them. I wish I could do them more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my story. I haven't played a game since a week after the Oklahoma City tournament, and that was against Buck. So it's been a while since I've played. I've been really wanting to get. I even tried to get a game this Sunday, and it fell through as well. I was like, I just want to play. I don't care what I play. But other than that, it's been building, painting some of Buck's stuff, more building.
Oh, yeah. Is that almost done? Because I'll need it for Iron Realms.
Oh, yeah, it's done and painted. Need to base it. I was gonna I need to get a picture of the old ones I did. Make sure the colors were pretty close.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Other than that, they're done. They're ready to go. Besides the base.
I have I have so much crap I gotta.
Right.
I am excited that I'm not like. I feel like a lot of the tournament stuff's done for me right now. Now I just got to make sure that people like are coming and like keeping the slots and answering questions. But like all the prize support stuff's done on our end. Mike's working on some terrain. He got the rest of the mats in. Like it's all kind of a go at this point. So it's so nice not having to worry about my army being painted or all the things that I'm normally doing in front of a tournament. But then I'm also like, man, I'm gonna sit here and watch these motherfuckers play all weekend long.
We should do like being Bug did last year, is just get our own little table and play like a game in between matches when we have free time.
I mean, I'm down. We can play some stupid shit.
Yeah, because I remember sitting there judging and waiting, and it felt like it was all fucking day, and like 30 minutes had passed. It was the worst thing ever.
It gets that way because there's like hardly. Well, there might be a little more because we got like 32 this year.
Yeah.
So there might be more judge calls, but more than likely people know the rules and they're really good about not calling a judge. So
what we have at Realm of Rad, we had 22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I only answered like 3 questions all day.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have a different mix here. Like I'm kind of. It's gonna be interesting to see how everyone plays together, just because you have when it's not all like all the Oklahoma guys, Kansas, Oklahoma guys. We all kind of know each other. I can like.
Right.
At least someone at each table I know personally, so this will be interesting with all these Texas motherfuckers coming.
Right.
Make sure they, I hear that John Knappett guy, he never gets good sports scores, so we need to make sure he's not being a dick to people.
Yeah. I need to make a best state trophy. That's nothing I'm doing. I've been making trophies for Iron Realms. I got, 12 shame badges printed up.
Nice.
Perfect.
I think I got 21 just regular achievement badges to give out. I think we're going to start making a list for that. And I got best order, best chaos, best destruction, best death, and then best overall and a best painted, I think is the ones I have so far.
Nice.
So that should be pretty good. And then I'm trying to make a big trophy for the winner. So I should have all that done by this week.
Yeah.
Just paint it up and putting pins on. So, well, anyway, quite a bit of news in the works. Where we have some new games pop up, some new rumors, and a new battle tome.
Yeah.
So, smaller stuff first. They got expansion coming out for Age of Sigmar. I think it's the first actual expansion. I guess no, Malign Sorcery was an expansion, wasn't it?
Yeah, Malign Sorcery was marketed as an expansion, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that got sucked right in.
Right.
It was like oh, I mean, because a lot of historically expansions for 40k or Age of Sigmar have been kind of like, are we going to use this or not? But Malign Sorcery, it was like not even a question. Everyone's like, how do we use this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we put 2 missions from the Malign Sorcery in our packet, so be able to run those. So, but what else we got?
What's the new one? What's the new expansion coming?
What was it called? I don't know. Don't ask me.
That's good podcasting.
I usually write it down when I did this stuff.
You're not talking about Warcry, are you?
No, that's the scrimmage game that's coming out.
Okay.
Scrimmage game.
Skirmish. Skirmish game coming out. Get it.
Don't mind him. He's a little retarded.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm a little retarded. That's a podcast.
Right. But anyway, yeah, new scrimmage game coming out with all Chaos Warbands, looks like. So that's going to be awesome. Hopefully it leads into the new Slaves of Darkness battle tome.
You're betting everything is going to be the next Slave to Darkness.
Yeah. Even the new expansion is going to be a new Slave to Darkness expansion. That's what it's going to be.
I hope Warcry is good. I got real excited about it, and then I'm like, no one fucking plays these games. I mean, I'm sure someone does, and people do play what's it called? What's the
Kill
damn it,
Team?
Kill Team? People play Kill Team. I meant like on the AOS side. What's the board game?
Silver Tower?
No one plays that. They just took the models from it.
Yeah.
Hey, I've played it. It's fun.
Shadespire.
Shadespire. People play Shadespire. There's like tournaments for Shadespire. Not here, but
Yeah, not here either.
it's not like it's not as exciting as how they push it. They like come out with these new games and they're like, this is gonna be so cool, and look at it's all these things, and then fucking crickets because everyone's busy playing the actual game.
Right.
But Warcry looks cool, and the models look really cool, and it's a great concept, but I never have time to play these extra games, so, I get excited about them, but then I remember that I have kids and work and life, and I'm like, man, I'm never going to play this shit.
Your kids need to get a job. Help you out.
Seriously.
So, all right, and then the Blades of Corn Battle Tome. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see it. All the unit changes are real interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like the Scarbrand change. That's going to be a really good one.
Yeah. Well, 16 mortals on a 6 or something.
Yeah, it's gross. Is what it is.
I mean, 8 mortals on a 2-up when he's raging.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
I want to see how many points he is, though. Have we seen points?
He's 400
Is
even.
he 400? Oh yeah,
Pretty
they're
sure.
in the app. They're in the app.
Are the points in the app? I don't
Yeah.
think the points are updated yet.
I thought they were because the blood ledger ones weren't they?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's
Maybe.
see.
I know they updated all the War Scrolls and
Scrolls.
stuff. Mhm.
They did. That they made the Fury Thirster worth taking.
Oh,
with
yeah?
they made his 6-inch pile in because his command ability is that you can give like stuff gets a 6-inch pile in, but before it was just a 6-inch pile in, and that was great last edition. But this edition, you have to go towards the closest model. It's a little more, you can't like, and you couldn't pile in if you're 6 inches away. So this command ability allows you to pile in if you're 6 inches away and get 3 extra inches to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's everything within 16 inches. I can't remember. But it's fucking huge that all
right.
your demons can pile in from 6 inches away.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll go over it. I mean, we're going to do another giveaway for the Blades of Corn book. So
Yeah.
we're going to go over the whole Battle Tome. I'm excited. I know Ben's excited. We're going to find some cool stuff in here. I mean, it looks like they gave it the old Stormcast treatment. Just kind of reduce some of the battalion rules and stuff like that. But I think there's still some good stuff in there for sure.
Yeah, I want to see what the Thirster Battalion's about.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was good. So
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
and then I wonder, man, I hope there's a way to play Bloodletters. I realize, they really fucked them. So I hope they didn't just I hope there's like some synergies in there to make them useful. I know they won't be the, swarm in and do all the mortals that they were before, but they're just not that tough. So I don't know.
Right.
We'll see.
There was
based on their work with all the recent battle tomes, I don't see any reason to worry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there was a battalion to give them a 5-up mortal.
That's cool. That would be helpful. I mean, shit, that's big.
Mm-hmm.
The what's it called? The endless spell or endless prayers are really awesome, especially since the altar allows you to reroll the casting for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first I looked at him and I was like, that X is some bullshit. You can only cast it on a 5-up, but because it does some work, but it's like being able to reroll, you might actually get that off. But the one that's awesome is the one that lets you deny some spells,
right?
Kill a wizard.
I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of them because you can't unbind them like you do normal spells.
Yeah, you don't get rid of them, fucker.
Yeah, they just stay on the board hanging out. A bunch of jerks. So
But I
they
think
can
in
make
it,
the
like
money.
with all those negatives plus a corn dragon, that might be really cool
Oh yeah, for sure.
because he already gives what, a -3 or -2 to casting,
I think it's a -3.
-3. So there would be a -5 with that endless spell,
Means you wouldn't be casting much.
right?
Jeez.
And then there's other things that can do it too. So yeah, and I want to see like all the the blood tide table, all the things. I'm sure it's gonna be. I'm excited. It making if it's good like it looks like it might be, then I don't know if I'll be playing Ideneth anymore. So we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah, let me know if that happens.
I'll sell you some real expensive Ideneth that I took a lot of time painting.
Nice. All right. So, kind of what I want to talk about today is kind of the, I guess, the state of AOS and versus people who, I don't know, kind of disagree with it, and kind of compare it to 40K side. Like around in our area, there's a group of people that just love AOS, or there's a group of people that just really hate it for no reason. And
Yeah, because they just listen to all the meme crap from years ago.
I mean, years ago, yeah, it used to be shit. I'll say it wasn't that good. Like we didn't have points. It was bring a pile of models, put them on the table.
Garbage fire.
Mm-hmm. Someone's getting some
Sure.
Yeah, goddamn.
Sorry. I am the fucking worst. I thought I pressed mute. I am so bad at podcasting.
It's all right, man.
We can have like a moment every episode about talking about what I did in the last episode. Last episode, while I'm playing Nintendo the whole time, so you're hearing click, 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 click. I was like, you can hear that the whole fucking time. This is amazing. This is great. Now I'm getting fucking water. I thought I pressed mute. Don't mind me.
You're the best, Ben. That's why I have you on.
Crickets, a whole episode of crickets. This is great.
It's our thing. It's the thing we do.
Have shitty recordings. It's all me. You guys have like nice mics. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Aw.
Whatever.
Hopefully
Just be glad that I'm awake and I'm on this thing.
Right. We'll get some more subscribers. Get you a good mic, man. Don't worry. It's coming.
So we need one of those like sweet commercials like BAM has where make people feel bad and give them money.
Yeah, right. I got like well, I don't know. We have to think of something. It'd be funny. It's funny. But anyway, so you were saying, Eric, if we're rudely interrupted.
I don't even fucking remember.
I think you're going to go on your 10-minute rant about people who don't know shit about AOS.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about AOS sucking.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It was not good in the beginning, but I mean, since the General's Handbook, it's been nothing but good, and it's gotten great.
It's been going uphill for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can, anyone who plays AOS can agree that the way that AOS started was real shitty for fantasy players. Just kind of got kicked in the nuts and their game taken away from them, and then they came out with a lump of shit without rules.
Yeah.
Like, here, play this thing, and everyone's like, "Fuck you!" Like, you take away something that we put so much time and effort and money into, and that's gonna piss us off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been an uphill battle trying to get those players back too. I mean, they still want to use squares. I mean, and
I haven't met more than one person that's wanted to really use square.
Yeah, I mean, I've met a couple who don't want to rebase their whole army.
Sure. I mean, that's a lot of fucking work, but
and like the whole regiment thing, you can still regiment your guys together in square formation if you want. It's not doesn't stop you from doing that. Rules wise, you just have to have that half an inch distance between each one. So I mean, you could still get the feel of the old fantasy if you wanted to a disadvantage.
Sure, if you wanted to.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
But I never saw any. There's no reason to ever play that game because it was shit anyway. So why would you want to?
Right. I mean, It was pretty good for the time being, but yeah, I think AOS is way better than the old Fantasy ever was. There was like 100 pages of rules for that game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ungodly sorting through that trying to find a rule. So, but our rules
the
now
barrier
are,
of entry was very high because if you wanted to be competitive, it's like you need a brick of this and a brick of that and a brick of
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a big
way higher
push.
model count.
Why I almost got into it one time, and then I was like, well, I'm not gonna buy fucking 6 boxes of Chaos Warriors just to never even really use half of them.
yeah, you needed like 3 boxes just to make like one unit that was good enough to stay on the board.
Yeah.
And then it gets hit by a spell and is destroyed at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Got hit by a cannon on the side flank, and then the whole unit, one line of unit got destroyed, and it's like, man, it's just stupid. So, but yeah, now we got a better game, and I mean, I really enjoy the rules, and all the 40K players can thank us for them.
Right.
We were the kind of the trial and error for the first set of rules, the first 8 pages of rules we had. So, but things are a lot better now. There's still, like, I think the negativity is what's kind of stifling things now, because there's still a lot of people that call it like a beer and pretzels game, or this game's stupid compared to 40K, and when
They're
pretty much the same.
dumbasses.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's just people don't know, and they're, like you said, they're looking on, they see the memes online, they see and 40K players are dumbasses.
Mhm.
It's true.
I love that there's a rivalry now between.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it didn't seem like 40K players and fantasy players ever gave a shit about each other,
Mhm.
but like AOS players and 40K players are always talking shit about each other.
No. I always try to keep it civil, even though I probably shouldn't. But yeah, I mean, our community, I think the AOS community is way better as well. I mean, we don't have some of the same hurdles that they're going through right now. I mean, there's more people playing right now, for sure, which might be part of the problem. But it seems like everyone's super nice to each other as far as AOS goes. I mean, we have a few things, but not as much as 40K does.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I wonder too, is the numbers thing. When you have close to 800 players at LVO for playing 40K, and you have like 160 playing AOS. I mean, that's a big difference. I mean, I could put on a 40K tournament in Oklahoma City and pull 20 to 30 people pretty easy, and it was like a miracle that we got 22 for Age of Sigmar.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of work and a lot of connecting and a lot of going to tournaments and meeting people, and it's just building the community. But there's also a lot of new players in Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
I don't know how many comparatively, like how many new players are jumping into 40K. 40K is not an easy game now just to jump into competitively.
Yeah, which is weird because they were big on, hey, we have 8 pages of rules, come play 40K again.
Yeah, well, it's just this creep has come back where they keep adding. Now you got to know all of the different facts. You got to know all of the different, what do they call them?
Chapter approved.
Yeah, chapter approves. And now they're adding stuff with like the Vigilus campaign. You're getting like a few rules here. There's like White Dwarf rules. It's like, at some point, you got to bring a binder to play the game. And we have the app. Like, the app makes it easy. I can see all of your rules at least for your units.
Mm-hmm. Which is super handy.
And then the rest of your rules are in your battle tome. Like,
mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, what is it? We got General's Handbook, and then Unit War Scrolls, and then the book is basically all you need.
Yeah. Well, in General Handbook isn't that much rules-wise.
And you don't need all the General's Handbook. There's a new one. It replaces the old one.
Exactly.
So you never have to go back.
And that's what I'm liking about these new battle tomes that are coming out that are just getting rid of the old battle tomes, because that was a little concerning when they were like...
Yeah.
At first, it was kind of confusing back like General Handbook 1 when something new would come out, whether you could use like the old like the war scroll, the battalions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's all pretty clear cut. I haven't had much trouble talking to new players and showing them how to build an army, which is getting easier and easier too as stuff comes out, because things were so fractured. Like the old fantasy stuff was so fractured, but with like Skaven coming out, now it's all in one place. That's so helpful.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, like that's another thing I like about AOS is like the lore and the amount of armies they can put out from this point forward is so big, and you could just keep going. Like with 40K, I feel like they've reached almost the end of what they could really put out.
Yeah.
Without like changing the lore up, maybe. I don't know much about 40K lore.
Yeah.
All I know is the only cool part about 40K is 30K lore. Mm-hmm. I really like 30K lore. I think it's better than the 40K lore.
They just put so much effort into it. Like the Horus Heresy novels now they're coming out with the new, or the end of it basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Siege of Terra.
They did. When those first started coming out, it was like, this shit's incredible. Like this is the stuff that we've always wanted to know. Yeah, and so they had to do like the prequel stuff in order for us to get new information, because for a long time it didn't shift until 8th edition, and then 40K started. They finally moved the timeline a little bit, and it was like super exciting. I was pumped when 8th came out, because I thought, all right, they're finally going to do it. They're going to make 40K, simple to do like AOS is.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's all fractured. I don't even know how. I have 10,000 points of World Eater stuff in my closet that I don't even care to get out.
Right. Yeah, every time I try to start a new army, I was going to start a 40K army this year, and I wound up buying Flesh Eater Courts instead. Like an AOS, something AOS comes out, I was like, I gotta have it.
Well, it's becoming so fleshed out, and with like, there is a lot of more possibility now of. I think they could do a few things, and they could introduce like a new alien race, or do some different things with 40K. Mm-hmm. Like the Chaos Mechanicus stuff could be cool.
Yeah.
But like when they did Caradon Overlords, and that army came out, I was like, holy shit, they could go anywhere, and we have no idea what they're gonna do.
Oh man, they got a whole town. What is that? What's that big town? Hammerall?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many different like sub factions in that town that it's so expansive. There's like a dwarf. What is it that uses like trees as armor, or like they're like a nature dwarves?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was reading something about that somewhere. I forgot where, and I was like, oh, that's pretty crazy.
And they keep leaving little snippets. Like if you do read the lore in the battle tomes, there's like little weird, subfactions of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did Fish Elves, and it was like, that fucking army that came out of left field, and it's amazing and beautiful. And obviously I bought in full.
Yeah, and there's still two more elf factions that they can do that's in the lore now. That's like ready to come out.
Yeah, that Shadow Elf army, whatever they do with it, that could be, that's gonna be cool.
Right.
But I don't think I don't see AOS going anywhere. They're really pushing it. I think Games Workshop's really. I'm stoked that they've put so much effort into it, and that it's so easy for them to even do. How many battle tomes have we gotten since October? We got Beast of Chaos.
Yep.
And then
Gloomspite.
Yep, Goblins.
Mm-hmm.
And then Skaven, Flesh Eater Courts, and now the Khorne comes out next week.
Right. Yep.
That's pretty incredible, and they didn't have to put a whole lot of effort. They put a couple of endless spells and an altar for the Beast of Chaos, and made it a playable army.
Man, I think that's the coolest thing they could do. They don't have to put new models out. They're putting new models out, but they don't have to like put a new unit out and a bunch of different things for the army book that comes out. They just say, hey, here's some endless spells.
Yeah.
Here's your terrain piece. If you're not happy with that, I don't know what to tell you. I'd be ecstatic for that. Just something small to release and a battle tome. That's pretty much all you need for each army that's already out.
It's why I have all this Slaves of Darkness stuff. You keep talking about it, but it's like, if they would just give us a fucking book, like I want to be able to use this stuff.
Yeah, it's a little hard to use with the demon battle tomes right now, but this needs some points reductions and some unit upgrades, which they've been doing with each battle tome.
I know I was playing around with corn lists, and I'm like, man, it would be really cool to use a big block of chosen. Never mind, it's 560 points.
Yeah,
Or even warriors. It's like you get like 30 warriors in there and some knights, and you have 2,000 points.
Yeah, I got 20 knights I want to field, but they're like, it's like 600 and some points for 20 knights.
It's a lot.
So then I got 3 boxes of Vanguard I haven't put together yet, and that's another 800 points. You're like, come on now.
You have the actual Vanguard?
I have the actual Vanguard, three boxes of it. And an Archaon in your
Could
face.
have bought a TV for that, man.
What?
Could have bought a TV for that.
I need to buy a new computer. That's what I should have done.
Oh, we need to chip in and get in a computer.
Yeah.
Because I do all the editing and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think AOS is just going to continue to grow. I mean,
you don't edit shit.
I edit a little bit. Give me a break.
We edit.
Yeah, he puts like the introduction on the front, and then he finds something terrible that I said and puts it in there somewhere. So.
I start recording at the best times, so I always catch a little bit of something at the beginning. It's fun. You guys want to add anything else?
No, I think pretty much covered it.
Cool.
Yeah. What was the original topic? Like 40K and AOS?
40K versus AOS. Yeah.
I mean, we all. I mean,
sucks and AOS is better.
Yeah. I don't. So competitively, I just want to talk about that a little bit. Competitively, I've never had a bad game of AOS on the table where I've walked away and I'm like, God, that guy was just a fucking prick. I have had that often with 40K. Like I said, I don't know if that's numbers or what, but it's easier to get into competitively. That doesn't mean it's an easier game, I don't think, because I think 40K relies on list building way more than Age of Sigmar does. Not that it doesn't matter in Age of Sigmar, but
I think there's a direct set of units out of each codex that you can use, and everything else you just throw away, because that's what it seems like. Like in AOS codex or battle tomes, you can pretty much build what you want to build and build around it, and have a really good list that'll actually probably win tournaments.
Yeah.
I agree. I just stopped having fun with 40K. It's just not, I don't know, not the game that I got into anymore.
Mm-hmm. I was super pumped when I first started playing 40K. I was playing a bunch of Chaos Terminators and Magnus. I was like, oh, this is fun because you can just run these guys up the field and teleport them, and it's all a bunch of fun. And then they started nerfing stuff. I was like, oh, okay, that's not fun anymore. And then they took the whoever deploys first goes first out. I was like, that's a good mechanic. I mean, I liked it, but they just started changing the game like they were beforehand, and I was like, I'm out. I was like, what I told myself was I'm gonna let the rules settle down, and then I'll try to get into it again. And that's
what I said. Down. Literally a year ago, it came up on my Facebook. Like it told me that I was at a tournament, and I played in the tournament. And the demon codex had just came out, so I would tried out my blood letters and stuff, and it was like, oh, this is awesome. And I was like, well, I want to let all the codexes come out and just kind of see what's gonna happen. And then I'm still waiting.
A nightmare happened.
Yeah, they fuck with the rules a lot more on 40K. And then on top of that, the ITC bullshit that happens in the 40K side, that's something we could probably talk about, is that ITC, Frontline does not give a shit about AOS, and I'm thankful for that, because they just keep adding some fucking bullshit to 40K. It's to make it a more competitive game somehow, I guess. Mm-hmm. But all the rules that you got to know on top of your rules in order to play ITC tournaments is I wouldn't, I don't want to play ITC 40K anyway. It's just you made this game way more complicated than it needs to be. Thankfully they don't fuck with AOS, and we all kind of we fuck with our tournaments a little bit just to make it more interesting here and there.
Yeah.
But we're using the Games Workshop's like secret objectives, or hidden agendas. Like the missions out of the book are awesome. Like 40K missions out of the book are kind of lame.
That's the same thing they've always done. It's the same missions from older editions, seems like.
Right. And so that's like, yeah, I'm really glad. I mean, I love ITC as far as we get to like, have a ranking system and we all can kind of like see where we're at with the people that we're never going to play. But like, man, if they started fucking with the rules, I'd probably join the anti-ITC camp.
Right. I'm pro, like I said, I'm pro ITC for AOS because they leave it alone and let the community decide what they want to run and let tournament organizers kind of do what they want.
Right.
Because like the Texas Citadel thing, like a lot of people didn't want to do it because it wasn't ITC, and you were roped in to run ITC missions. If you don't run them, no one wants to come, and that's kind of sad. I mean, you should support your Warhammer Citadel, I guess. I'm not sure how this works.
I mean, fuck them though. If they're not gonna they don't support the outside community. Fuck GW and their stores.
Right.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on the bullshit. They made me real mad.
They did? Well, how's that? Tell me.
Oh, okay. I will fucking get started. Here's the deal. I just don't understand the point of GW fucking stores. So the local stores are fucking like an insular den GW worshippers.
Oh, and we lost him.
He's gone. Cool.
He got so mad.
So heated, his phone shut off. He probably threw his phone and it just went on pieces. He's like, fuck this.
Motherfucker, they got me. They're listening. They're fucking listening.
Anyway, continue.
Okay. I'm fucking hot right now. So here's the deal. They fucking have their stores are like a bunch of insular people who fucking they're like neophytes to the GW store. So all they do is buy from there. But they're taking away the fucking dollars from the local fucking, like the friendly local game stores. Mm-hmm. And then they don't offer anything to the outside community because the way that their structure works is that the manager there only makes money, or he's a salesperson. So he makes money on the sales of the store. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't promote community building at all, except for inside the store. And then if you play in their fucking leagues, the only way you get points for their shit is if you buy shit there and have, it is just, I just hate how they're not a part of the community. And then the local one here, I tried to post a fucking post a tournament on their Facebook page and he took it down and was like, oh, it's against policy. And I'm like, well, fuck your policy then. Mm-hmm. Why would I'm never going to come in there and spend my fucking money. I don't know you, dude. I don't got any fucking loyalties to you. So that pisses me off a little bit. And then they are all super excited about this Citadel thing. And they fucking, give us this half-ass fucking Warhammer world. They touted it like it was going to be the Warhammer world of America. And then it's in a goddamn strip mall.
Dude, I walked in there the first time and I was so disappointed.
Right? And I'm sure the dudes that work there are super genuine, and it's I'm not talking shit about people. Those guys are great. I'm sure. I don't know them. Fuck them. The deal is
that was like a roller coaster of emotions right there.
Oh, I am I am. I'm real angry about this.
I love those guys. They're all right. Fuck them.
Same thing I'd say about you, Nick. Fuck you.
Right.
I just don't understand it. So basically, GW hire me to build communities, and then I can go to these local tournaments and get everyone excited, and you can close down these stores, and you won't have to spend so much keeping these stores. And it's they're making millions of dollars on these fucking stores because these idiots are going in there and spending money there instead of the fucking local game store. So
that's Benjamin Cornelius. Look him up.
Here I am. Demon Prince of Rad, here to help. Oh man, I I'm not salty about AOS at all. I'm salty about the way GW runs their fucking business. They've just gotten so like great about like communicating online and giving us all this information and doing all these other things. But that whole part of the company is still in the fucking Stone Ages when GW was a bunch of assholes and they wouldn't tell us anything.
Yeah, right. I remember those days.
Pointless. Fucking pointless.
I remember.
Never
But-
forget.
Good thing we have local stores that support us.
We do.
They might not
We
have
have
much
good ones.
stock, but they give you a place to play and some drinks.
I mean, shit. Well, maybe Bartlesville, Oklahoma doesn't have as much stock, but I've been into Wizards Asylum up in, Kansas, and BAM's doing pretty good there.
Yeah, and if they don't have it on the shelf, they can order it for you too. So I
Right.
mean, it's not like,
Oh, yeah, Paper Games they have a whole little shelf full. I mean, it's we're still a small community in Bartlesville. We need to kind
Sure.
of get it up, but yeah, I mean, you ask him to order, he'll order it for you. So
Right. And that's the way, Mike at Edmund Unplugged, every time I've gone in there, he'll give me what I need.
mhm.
And New World's the same way. New World's great as far as they have a ton of shit on the shelves. But
Yeah, they do.
But everyone else, fuck them.
Nice.
Fuck
Well,
those motherfuckers.
Wait, are all those places giving us money? No.
No, just Paper Games are a sponsor. They're great people.
They let us run tournaments at their places, though.
Hmm Good.
That they do.
So anyway, we got some big event coming up. 2 weeks. We have one ticket that came up today for Iron Realms. So if you missed out on the first round,
Yeah.
we have them opened up again.
Yep. We have a ticket there, and then if anyone knows a veteran who wants a free ticket, there's someone bought one for a veteran.
Mm-hmm. A veteran could be active service, non-active. Can it be anyone like that as well?
I don't know. Like,
I think so.
Well-
I think
Well,
it'd
if
be
they're a
fine.
veteran,
I don't know
it
how it
means they're
works.
not active. So
not a veterinarian, because that guy's already got one.
Nah, so no
I'm a
veterinarian.
veteran. Is mine free?
boo.
You haven't fucking paid for it yet, have you, Eric?
Oh,
All right, moving on. So
but it should be a good time. We got a bunch of Texans coming down. We got a bunch of people from Kansas coming down. A bunch of Oklahomans are already coming. It's should be a rad time.
it should be a rad time. I am staying at a place that I hope I will keep my kidneys at. I'm not
Dude,
sure.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust that motherfucker to book my hotel room. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Like, if I show up there and it's like some seedy ass shit, I'm like, no, gotta go.
If it's too seated, you can stay on the floor of my hotel. I got the sleep in. It's like 2 blocks away.
Okay, cool. Don't mind me. I'll be passed out on your floor.
Right. It'll be funny. So, but yeah, be sure to come check us out if you don't have a ticket and you're in the Edmond area. Just come by, hang out, see what's going on. There'll be a ton of people there. We'll have the same
Yeah, it's
pack.
gonna be great. I'm really excited, and that's the weekend before my birthday, so
It'd be awesome.
So
everyone should get me something.
I'll get you a blow up doll.
Just get me your fucking money for your goddamn ticket. That's
That's funny. You guys have Uber in Edmond in case I drink too much?
yeah.
Sweet.
It
Yeah,
is-
I could probably
a
walk
guy
to my
there.
hotel.
She's probably like a guy, so.
Yeah, sweet. Anyway, after that we got Flying Monkey. We'll probably have a few tournaments between then and now,
Let's hope.
but we'll keep it short right here, and I'll get the Battle Tome. Oh, Benjamin left again. What a jerk. I'll have the Battle Tome probably Thursday or Friday, which is probably out. I'll probably have this out Thursday or Friday, so by the time you hear this, I'll have the Battle Tome already. We'll be trying to record probably Sunday, Monday for the Battle Tome review, and then hopefully we get everybody together again. He left again. He came back. He left. We'll do a list review for the Iron Realms for all the lists that were got submitted. So look forward to all those. We're gonna try to have an episode out every week until Iron Realms, and then we'll have an Iron Realms episode. We'll probably have the guys from the Ever Chosen podcast on. We'll do an episode with them. Hopefully, have a big happy family of local podcasters. So look forward to all that.
Just a bunch of assholes talking into mics.
A bunch
Here
of
we are.
assholes and best generals.
No, it's the fucking Citadel best general. It doesn't count for shit.
Still salty.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that
guys, it was good talking to you. We'll talk to you next week.
Love y'all. Fuck y'all.
See you, fuck boys.
All right, guys. That was a good episode.
Heck yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think we need to do it more often so that we're a little rusty at first, but I think we need to.
I want to know why my fucking phone keeps dropping the call.
Hates
I don't
you.
know. Because you need to get good.
Buy a computer, noob.
I'll buy a computer. That's what I'll do.
You can get a
Figure it
Chromebook for like $200.
I know. That's what my wife said. I mean, my wife has a Mac, and I was like, "Can I use it?" And she's like, "I don't know."
She doesn't trust you with it.
She said no, basically, is what she
Yeah, she looked at me that look like, "That's my computer." I'm like, "Fucking fine. All right, I'll get a Chromebook."
Let her borrow your models, and it'll be a trade.
Yeah, that's what she wants. Let me tell you how much my wife loves Warhammer.
That's funny.
I mean, she loves that I do it, I guess.
I gotta get the fuck to sleep, so.
Do it.
All right.
See you guys.